You know, it floats around a little bit, but it's a lobster tail all the same. You know, the venues change. But we probably had our best one actually in Canada. We went to a ringside in Vancouver, Canada. She had 2 that night. She was very hungry.
Clearly we know it was in Portuguese, but what did Anderson say to you when he was leaning in?
Yeah, those are private matters. You know, he chooses to say them privately as opposed to on the microphone, and ain't good for him.
What were you thinking the other day? I mean, we never hear anything from Anderson. All of a sudden, he decides to choose a conference call to go nuts.
Well, good for him. I mean, you know, could you imagine being phony forever? Eventually, you got to come out sometimes, and you got to let the veil down and just be yourself. You know, the true Anderson Silva came through, and why shouldn't it? You know, we're gonna fight. This isn't about respect and honor and all this crap that he pretends to think it's about. It's not. It's about competition. It's about your goals and my goals. And, you know, the term champion is very mutually exclusive. There could be only one.
You've never been this vocal before. At least I've never heard you this vocal. Why did you do that?
Well, if I get asked a question, I answer the question. I'm never more vocal or more quiet. I don't have a medium. I don't have media outlets. They come to me. But if they ask me a question, I'm going to answer them.
But I mean, your attitude and everything, it is antagonistic at times. It seems that way.
Yeah.
I mean, but you
Good.
probably
It should seem that way.
planned it that way, right?
Well, I'm picking a fight, you know, and I found one.
Yeah.
Chael, do you think that an irate Anderson Silva, an emotional Anderson Silva, gives you an advantage in there?
No, I don't. You know, there's no gamesmanship. I don't try to get in his head. I don't really know what that means, and I get asked that a lot. You know, he's in my head, I'm in his head. What's the difference? You know, I've been thinking about him for 6 years. How's that not in your head? You know, I don't understand. How's that going to help you land a right cross is a much better question. How's that going to help you land a double leg is a much better question. It doesn't. So, you know, there's no difference. You know, I've had to walk to that ring with broken bones, happy, sad, sick, indifferent. There's no difference. My skills are my skills.
But does it mystify you that he cannot accept that you owned him for 23 minutes 50 seconds in that first fight? Because you owned him, and yet he does not accept that you deserve a rematch based on that.
Yeah, well, it's funny anytime a guy talks about his opinion of rematches. I love it when these guys who have never put on a show give advice to guys like Dana White, right in front of him, who put on the greatest shows the world's ever seen. It's always a bizarre concept. You know, and what a short memory he has. Let's not forget he had one fight in the UFC and went right into his title fight. And let's not also forget, that was the right decision. He won the title, so he was the right guy. And it's not about, you know, timing or paying your dues or anything else. It's about putting the right guy in that spot. You know, we got a guy, Hector Lombard, right now. And the rumors, if Hector wins his first fight, he gets a title shot. And so many people are saying that's wrong, but it's not. It's not wrong. If Hector's the guy, if Hector's won X amount of fights in a row, and he has, and he's the guy that they think that can win the belt, then he's the guy that should get put in there. And it's not about anything else. It's about competition. I hate the fact that we only fight 3 times a year. I hate the fact that, you know, you got to go to bed at night wondering, I wonder how I do with this guy, or I wonder what this guy's skills would do with mine. Well, let's just find out. Let's get in there a lot more often. Let's fight all these guys.
But it's political. You know, there's a lot of politics involved, and you're a guy that you wanted to run for political office, so you got to kind of understand that aspect of it, right?
Yeah, well, you're saying what I just said. You're paraphrasing what I just said. That's what's unfortunate about it. What's unfortunate is that we don't have more competitions. You know, there should be 5 and 6 competitions a year. I wish there was 12. I mean, 12 would be great. Once a month? Come on, that's nothing. You know, you can fight once a week. So, you know, let's call it once a month. You know, and just let all these guys have their opportunity. You know, the number 10 guy in the world could win the strap. Guaranteed. I've never in my UFC career, never fought a guy that wasn't ranked in the top 10. I've had one of the hardest schedules of any athlete in the UFC. But I can tell you, there's number 20 ranked guys that could slip in there and beat a guy on any given day. So, you know, the more guys that get their chance, the better. I would never say this guy doesn't deserve a shot. If you say, I'm a black belt. You want to know why I'm a black belt? Because I say I am. I went down to the store and bought it, and there's not a man out there that can take it from me, okay? But that's the way it should work. You should become a black belt when you say you're a black belt. When you show up for the competitions and you're willing to enter the black belt contest, then you're a black belt. That you decide, not an instructor. It should be the same way here. If a guy says he wants a shot, man, that's good enough for me. I'll give you one.